Hey everybody, this is Dr. Osborne. Today I want to talk a little bit about what causes adrenal fatigue, or maybe a better way to put it would be what causes your ability to lose adaptation, meaning how people get sick is when their body's so overwhelmed that their adrenal glands are so overwhelmed that they fail to adapt to the environment and thrive. And so really that's what adrenal fatigue is. Your adrenal glands don't actually get tired, but most people know it by that term. So what causes an over aggressive stress on your adrenals where it can lead to major problems? So we'll just go around this diagram here. Number one is blood sugar fluctuation. A lot of people struggle with blood sugar fluctuations, hypo to hyperglycemia. And this oftentimes is created by poor diet choices, whether that's a diet that's too high in carbohydrates or whether that's a diet that's too high in simple sugars. Oftentimes, people eating too much grain because of the glycemic load of grain and because of the sugar impact that grain can have is one of the biggest triggers here. Now, oftentimes, too, what we'll see is people will have mineral deficiencies like chromium deficiency or zinc deficiency that can lead to dysregulation of blood sugar. So, this is a major contributing factor because it stimulates the adrenal glands to release cortisol, and then that cortisol tells your liver to pump out extra sugar. So it just taxes or puts one more layer of stress on top of adrenals when you're already under a lot of stress. Next one here is chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation of any variety. I mean, we can have chronic inflammation as a result of a chronic unhealed injury. We can have it as a result of eating the wrong food or eating foods that we're allergic to. We can have chronic inflammation as a result of a chronic infection, like a tooth infection. There are just a number of different reasons why chronic inflammation might lead to a chronic scenario where your body is responding to that fire, to that inflammation by releasing cortisol. Remember, the adrenal glands release cortisol, and think of cortisol as your fire trucks, right? They're the fire trucks of the human body. They go to different areas where there's hyperinflammation, and the cortisol hormone itself is used as a mechanism to help your body deal with that inflammation. So if you've got chronic inflammation in multiple spots in your body, that's going to overtax your adrenal situation, and that can put you in a state of adrenal fatigue. Then there's chronic pain, and that goes back to chronic inflammation. Chronic pain is just a form of chronic inflammation, whether you've got a herniated disc, whether you've got chronic muscle aches, whether you've got drug-induced nutritional deficiencies causing CoQ10 deficiency that leads to muscle spasm, muscle aches, muscle pain. So chronic pain scenarios, neuropathy, etc. Again, the same type of issue. Chronic pain comes from chronic inflammation. We could actually combine these two. The next one is chronic infection, and let's just move that over here. Chronic infection, and again, this could be yeast overgrowth. It could be a bacterial infection like an upper respiratory infection or a urinary tract infection that's not going away. A lot of people that suffer with chronic infections like stealth infections like Lyme or Epstein-Barr viral infections. So somebody who's got these chronic types of infections, again, the body's going to respond by trying to battle, and one of the ways it does that is through adrenal hormone output. Another one is chronic mental emotional stress. So if you hate your job, if you are in a bad relationship, if you're going through a really rough period in life, all these can be components to creating a chronic mental or emotional stress. It's always important that you deal with them as quickly as possible. Deal with it. Sometimes people hide from their chronic stresses, shove them in the closet, sweep them under the rug. It's important to deal with them so that you don't carry that burden of chronic mental or emotional stress over long periods of time. Let's see here. Now, next we've got chronic steroid use. Chronic steroid use. Many people who are being treated for chronic infections or being treated for chronic inflammation are being treated with chronic steroids, the corticosteroids, the prednisones. Those medications over time will create a scenario in your body where your own adrenal glands will start to slow down and shut down as a result of getting the steroids exogenously. So taking them in through medication will oftentimes slow down your body's own internal production. So if you're taking a chronic steroid for chronic inflammation, ask your doctor the question, why am I taking a steroid for chronic inflammation? Shouldn't we ask a deeper question, which is, where is the chronic inflammation coming from, and can we not address that instead? So very, very important. The next one is caffeine use, chronic caffeine use. Chronic caffeine is, remember, caffeine's a stimulant. It does several things, and depending on the dosage. So some people say, well, I drink a small cup of coffee a day, but This really is for those of you who are drinking several cups of coffee a day. Caffeine is a gastric and an intestinal irritant, so it can actually, in high doses, strip away the mucosal lining of the GI tract and exposing it to, a permeable situation or a leaky gut. But chronic caffeine use as a stimulant can overstimulate adrenaline output because of its stimulatory effect. So, caffeine as a drug messages your adrenal glands to overproduce adrenaline that can put your heart in a chronic state of excessive pressure. It can elevate blood pressure, and it can put more pressure again overall on your adrenal glands because caffeine's an adrenal stimulant. But caffeine also can, too much over time, and it's, with coffee, it's a diuretic. So, if you're the 3 to 4 cup a day drinker, the pot a day drinker, you can actually induce a diuresis that causes a deficiency of B vitamins and water soluble minerals like calcium and magnesium and zinc, etc. So, very important. If you're using a lot of caffeine to get through your day, you could be overstimulating your adrenal glands. You could be causing diuresis, causing vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and you could be causing gastric erosion. So important to look at that if you are a chronic consumer. And then chronic prescription stimulants. This is really more common nowadays with the young kids that are being put on Ritalin to study at college. And then when they graduate from college and they move out into the workforce, and they're being demanded of, and so they've already had this taste of stimulants and they can't function very well without it. And so they're chronically using them, and these chronic stimulants over time are going to wear you down. They're going to wear down your adrenals because they work very similar to these chronic attention deficit disorder medications, work in the same mechanism and the same mechanism of action as cocaine. So they put more pressure on the heart, can raise your blood pressure, and overstimulate your adrenal output. The next is lack of sleep, just not getting enough rest, just not getting adequate rest. Very, very important. A lot of people will deal with a chronic sleep issue because they don't go to bed on time. And some people deal with a chronic sleep issue because they're chronically inflamed and they're in pain and they can't sleep. So it can become a vicious cycle. So lack of sleep, very important to remember that the best time to sleep is between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. and preferably longer on either end of that. But that's where we get restorative sleep. That's where our adrenal glands really start to reset. That's where our cortisol levels will reset. So make sure you're at least getting that minimum window of sleep. Another is lack of sunshine. One of the things that helps regulate our cortisol rhythm and our adrenal rhythm is the sun. So going and getting outdoor activity where the sun is hitting your eyes helps your brain convert serotonin to melatonin, which helps regulate cortisol output. So not getting adequate sunshine, winter months, people oftentimes struggle with this, or people that just have indoor jobs and never get outside. So make sure you're getting your daily sunshine exposure. And if it's winter and you can't get it, buy you a happy lamp, a lamp that is graded for at least 10,000 illuminations. 10,000 LUX can be very effective. I'll put a link to that in the show notes for you if you want to look more into that. And then the fast-paced lifestyle, right? And that's just the go all the time. And so many people have that fast-paced lifestyle where they never take time to proverbially smell those flowers, right? Or they never take vacation, or they never get away. Overworking yourself, unless you absolutely love your job. Many people are overworked in jobs they hate, and that goes back to a fast-paced lifestyle combined with chronic mental or emotional stress down here. So keep that in mind. If you love what you do, the fast-paced lifestyle might be actually therapeutic because you're doing what you love. But if you hate what you do and you're having to do it a lot, that fast-paced lifestyle can slowly break you down and degrade you. So these are the big causes of adrenal fatigue. I'll wrap it up with that. But in the next video, I'm going to talk about natural ways to support adrenal health. So make sure you tune in to that. This is Dr. Osborne with Gluten Free Society, founder of Gluten Free Society, and drpeterosborne.com. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get more information and watch more videos. Have a great day.